Alright gang, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the KRX 1000 here. You might have seen my video. We purchased a KEMIMOTO dual overhead fan. So today we're going to be working on that. As you can see it right here. We're going to get that thing installed up in here in the roof and try to cool us down on these hot summer days when we're out riding. So stay tuned. I'm gonna get my tools and get things kind of lined out, and then I'll be back and I'll show you what I got going on. All right, gang, I brought her inside the shop. I held the KEMIMOTO deal up inside the side-by-side, make sure it was gonna fit between the roll cage and everything. I got plenty of room with the unit itself, so I brought it inside the shop here, and I'm gonna hook the roll cage brackets and stuff on it and get them roughly on there, and then take it out there and see if there's any adjustments that I need to do. And so yeah, got her in here where it's a heck of a lot cooler, and we'll start working on this thing. So here we have it. We got the brackets here. These are the brackets that slide on the back here. The hardware goes in here, and they will just slide along here, so you can adjust it for whatever width you got. And like I said in my introduction video, it's just a 2-wire hookup. You got a ground and a positive to the battery. Everything else is internal to the unit here and all ready to go. So I'm going to get these brackets and clamps here and everything for 2 different size roll cages. They got the smaller, I think this is 40 millimeter, and this is obviously 52, so that's probably like 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inch tube. So yeah, I'll get some of this stuff unwrapped and get it hooked on, and I'll be back. Alright, so to start out here, we're going to need our 4 sliding mounting brackets, and then we got the mounting plates. They got the nuts all attached to them. We're going to need the cording hardware there. We got 8 of those. And we got their Allen head, so it comes with the supplied Allen wrench to go with it. And then we got a deal here, a little wrench to hold those, I guess. So yeah, let's get that all attached up in here as the instructions are shown here, and on to the next step. Show you what I'm doing here. You set the plate in there like this, and then you take one of the locking tabs and you set it in there, and then you simply run the screws up through the hole into there and turn them in by hand, get them in there loosely fit. Alright, let me show you what I got here. So I got them screwed in all 4 corners, and what I did was, since my roll cage is fairly narrow, I went ahead and I shoved them in all the way, and I actually, the end will hit right here, but I just slid it up over the nut there on all 4 sides, tightened them down. They're in as far as they will go, so we will go mock this up and see how that's going to turn out. I have watched a few other videos and seen people do that to get a little more room on the narrower cages. So yeah, I'll run this out there, and let's go see what we got. Alright, I took it out there, bringing her back in the shop here, and we're going to set it up here. Looks like everything's going to fit. It does not take the bigger clamp like I thought it was going to. I got some extra clamps there for something. It's going to take these smaller ones. So I will dig into there, and then I'm going to loosen these up a little bit. And because the roll cage is tapered, so the front ones here I'm going to have to slide out a little bit on each end. I think these ones will be fine, being all the way in. So yeah, I'm going to get these loosened up, get the smaller clamps all ready to go, and we'll be back out there on the machine in just a minute. Okay guys, one thing I'm going to show you before I get out there, when this thing is mounted, this is the driver's side here. My battery is on the driver's side. So they bring this wire out and they come over here and they got it hooked on here with this clamp. And so I'll just have to, and it would revert back to this side. So I'm going to pull that nut off, pull the clamp off, see if I can fish those wires out, and then relocate everything over here onto this one. And then that way it makes sure, you know, it'll give me extra 8 inches of wiring, so to make sure I don't come up short on my battery. So I'll get that fixed and then I'll show you what I did. Alright, I guess I'll show you what it takes for tools to do that. Looks like a 10, so we'll try a 10 first. Yeah, that's going to work. So get in here and get out the trusty icons, and we'll get going on that, and I'll get that done. I'll be right back. Alright guys, let me show you what I did. So I got that off there. I actually had to clip the zip tie portion of it off, and then but what I clipped it off with the cutters. I put it over here, and what I did is I mounted it back on there, and then I just put my own zip tie through it to hold the wires on there. So I'll wind up, I'll get that tight and snip that off. Over here, get these flush cuts. If you've never had a set of flush cuts, yeah, grab you some. All right, let me get this thing tightened up here. All right, I got her good and tight. Now we'll take the flush cuts down in there, snip that off. There, no burr or anything, and you can see what I did there is I put the deal back on and, to give me a mounting location for the zip tie, and then I just ran my own zip tie through there. And now the wires will go out through the driver's side down towards the battery, and yeah, that'll work out a lot better. So all right, let's get this thing out here and check it out. All right guys, I got her mounted in. You can see the brackets here up over the roll bar. Got it in there. It's the same on both sides. Got her all tightened down. The one thing I had to do, because my side-by-side here in this front part, it tapers in so it's narrower than the 41.5 that they call for. And so when you got this front bracket on, and in its two holes right here, it's too wide. And so, and you could always, I guess, chop the bracket down the slot and cut a 1/4 of an inch out of each side or whatever, and then weld it back on and go that route. But what I did is I just jumped over a hole, and so it would have been the two locking nuts there, but now the locking nuts are here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill in through there very slowly and get a hole in there that I can put the bolt back there on that side. And then who knows, I may throw one on this side just to cover up that hole and put a nut up here on the top or something. But there you have that. So I will finish up on that. I will get the wiring ran. I'm going to come over here to here and then up along the top of the roll cage down through here, and then I'll bring it down, bring it down here along this down to the battery right here. KRX batteries in here. So yeah, I'm gonna get going on all that stuff, and I'll be back. All right guys, there you have it. It's all in, and as you can see, I jumped the bracket, I drilled a new hole in there and put the screw in there. It does leave a little hole there, but nothing too bad cosmetically. So same thing on the other side. I'll get that tightened down over there and we'll be good to go, and I'm going to start running this wiring, so stay tuned. Alright gang, I got her all done. Are you ready for this? I'll show you what I got going on here and what I did. Okay guys, let me show you what I got here. I did the wire up. It will zip tie right up here, and I got it down through here. I put it through that clamp. It's coming down behind the roll bar. It'll be tucked in to this carpet. Comes down here. See it here? It goes in behind the dust shield to the battery. So let me show you what I got. Here it is, right here. Got some map lights or dome lights. These are variable speed. Hear it on. Crank it up wide open. Passenger driver side. And I got a little click knob. See till when they're off. There you have it. Nice. Really blowing that air. So that's cool. So you want to, they supply a couple little wrenches with you for these right here. You want to take those with you on the trail, because if you're bouncing around and these things start pivoting on you, then you're going to want to tighten this one up and then tighten this one up here, and that'll stiffen up your fan so it stays in place where you have it. But there you go guys. So I'm going to go to my local O'Reilly's auto parts store, and I'm going to get some nice wire loom, not this plastic stuff but the nicer stuff, and I'm going to loom this wire all up so I don't see wire. I see a nice loom running down back behind that, and get it all tucked away and zip tied, and I'll get back with you and show you that. Taking a little break here. Run down and get some lunch at Panda Express. Give me some grub. Get noodles and orange chicken, and they got a new hot orange chicken, so I'm going to try that out, see what that's like. Making our food in there, bringing it out to us here shortly. Gonna be good. Alright, we got her. Heading on out of here. It is hot today. Another almost 100-degree day today. Alright guys, I'm headed back home. I'm going to go home and eat some lunch, and then we'll get back out there and I'll do that wire loom, get that all stuffed away, hid as best as I could, and zip tied up, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like. So stay tuned. Be right back. Alright gang, here's what I got. It's from Dorman. The braided wire loom, Builder Series 3/8. That's the smallest that they carry down there. Probably the smallest that they make, but yeah, I'm gonna get this out of the box here, and we'll go outside and get it kind of measured up, see how much we need, and come back inside the shop here and cut it. Alright, let's go out there and see what we got. It is a hot one out here. Darn near 100. It's just like 2:30, but usually around here about 3 o'clock, 3:30 it starts warming up at its most. So all right, hold on, let me get in here and get this measured up, and I'll get back to you. All right, there you have it. See, I got it laying in here, zip tied up to right there, ran down over here through the clamp, back tucked behind the roll cage. I ran a zip tie right there close to that so it doesn't stand out as much, but then it comes in down behind the carpet. Comes out here, zip tied there, zip tied there. And you can see it goes in underneath the plastic next to that red wire into the battery. And there you have it, gang. We got air to spare. Yeah, feels really good. Open it out. Yeah, so if you're wanting some air, it's a pretty easy install. Not too hard, just a little fit and finish on this smaller width side-by-sides. If you got something much bigger, then it's probably a heck of a lot easier. And I did do mine with the roof on. It would be easier to take the roof off instead of trying to fit your hands in there to do everything to get the nuts and everything up on there. But yeah, other than that, pretty straightforward, great instructions. And yeah, gonna love this thing. So go on out and take a look at KEMIMOTO and get yourself one. Oh, so there you have it, gang. Got this thing all done. I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna go inside, get showered, sit in air conditioning and cool off. And so until next time, we'll see you out on the trail. Be sure to like and subscribe.